Welcome to We're Overlap with Robert Saba and myself. I'm going to talk to you about a new song called I Forgot to Remember. We'll play it for you first, then discuss afterwards the inspirations behind the song and the impetus and more of that later after the song. Let's see how this sounds. Hope you can hear it, guys.
All right, cool. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's good to forget.
All right.
Yeah, this is the story. Can you hear it all? Is it worth it? Can you hear it all?
Not really. They can listen to it on YouTube.
No, that's the link to this chat. No worries.
Yeah, it's not working, man.
Yeah.
But it is called I Forgot to Remember, which you can easily look it up on our site, WAO. We are Overlap, and on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
And, and we'll be in other places soon.
Yeah.
But this is really one of my favorite songs. The only one that comes close is Only Echoes.
Right.
But this one, if you listen to it, and there's a line at the end that said it was a perfect wave that escaped the sea and landed on a beach of timelessness.
Right.
And that's what Rich and I are trying to convey, is that this song is really about something that is reoccurring in our songs, which is what we want. There's a certain message, and it's about, I forgot to remember. What it means is I'm not living today, and I'm not living today, tomorrow.
You don't need that to live. You flow.
Yeah. It's just being in the flow, and the wave does escape the sea, but for only a moment, and then it returns to the sea. It's like the poem I wrote, I stand in moonlit tides and hear the crashing waves.
Right.
We share a final breath before returning home. And that's the truth. And I'm not talking, one person said that he doesn't condone suicide. Well, I sure as hell wasn't talking about suicide. I was talking about
the ego.
Exactly. Just letting go, and then you go home and you're at peace.
Yeah.
And I think that's so hard for people to understand, because they're so caught up in yesterday and repeating what yesterday offered, and not just yesterday, but time in general.
Right.
Because thought is time, and we live that time. Instead of just being free to be, which is another one of our songs.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, free to be who you are. And you have to ask yourself, why do you care so much about what other people think of you? It really, if you stop and you're in silence and you ask yourself that question, there is no answer. There's no way of understanding why you care so much, other than to understand that you're repeating. So I forgot to remember was like, that's it. I forgot to remember. I'm this, I'm not that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Rich, again, did an incredible job of making it perfect, actually, or as whatever perfect means. And it was a beautiful expression of what I felt. And you, of course, always make the changes that you need to make to feel it.
Mm.
And
the words of the chorus are, I forgot to remember, now float in surrender, through the mystery of me in the sea of eternity. That's the chorus. That's
it.
Yeah.
And see, here's the beauty of it. And it's the surrender. I think most people misconstrue what that means, because it's in most major religions that you surrender to God. But as soon as you surrender to something outside of yourself, then you're assuming the separation. I mean, that's a fact.
You're right.
No one seeks,
You
no
lose your
one
power.
tells the truth. Exactly.
And my brother, somebody messaging you, goes, hello, and not sure your name. Good afternoon, friend. We can't see your name. I'm so sorry about that. Good to see you.
We're still working out the bugs.
Yeah, the software levels.
Well, and the bugs in our head.
Yeah. Same, man.
So what we're really doing is not surrendering to something outside ourselves. We're surrendering to ourselves.
To the idea of limitation, separation.
Yeah. This is us.
Yeah.
And that's how you and I are able to create everything that we create. The songs, books.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
My friend Joe Lucero. Hey, Joe, good to see you, my friend. Good brother.
Yeah. All right, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do, man. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
And it means everything to us because we're not here to be successful. We're here to share
exactly
what we've been through.
You plant seeds of the heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like we don't want other people to have to go through what we went through when all you have to do is just listen and not accept, but just accept yourself.
And stop long enough, pause long enough to break the ego down, the constant mind that this is really horrible to go through. Wish we did jail, AIDS, a stroke. Yep. We can save you from that. That's our purpose, to give you less suffering.
Yeah, so the suffering we went through is to end the suffering of others.
Yes, it is.
And the gift that we've been given is a gift to everyone else. And we do that through music and books and poetry and other things. Well, actually, what we do is we do it through our relationship.
Exactly. We weave together as one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the song is, it really hits home, at least with me, that if you forget to remember, then you're always free. You know, you don't think yourself from conception to birth.
No.
There's no thought in that. Right. But there's an intelligence behind.
Yeah.
You know,
nature and love.
And everyone wants to know not knowing, and you can't.
No.
You know, and Rich and I, we don't write theoretically. We write from us.
Yeah,
like
experience.
Right. Yeah. We're giving a piece of ourselves back.
Right.
Because we've been given something that can't be explained. And I think that's, and we don't, I'm sorry, bro. I get overwhelmed a little bit.
I understood. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not trying to take, we just want to give.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if only a few people see what we're saying, then those few people become the many. And that's our goal.
Yeah. The ripples spread out.
That's it. Spread. Yeah. Lies spread all the time in the news. We know that.
Yeah.
And it's harder for the truth to spread because of the lies.
Right.
You know, because I want to believe this. I want to believe in this candidate.
Yes, Joe, the truth of love. Well said, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Compassion.
Yeah.
There's an old Greek definition of compassion, which is the love of all things is one.
Right, inclusion, exactly.
Exactly. And we've talked about that. Mm-hmm. You know, but when someone looks outside themselves to surrender to something that they already are, then you're lost.
They're still in prison. They're still in the prison of self.
Exactly. They decorate the curtains in the prison cell.
Well said, exactly, yeah. And they never know they're in the prison.
I think they feel it, but they don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. They feel the stress, the pressure of it, and that's the clarity. The clarity comes when you let go.
Yeah, exactly. And the clarity is not easy at first. We're not going to lie to anybody about it, you know. At first, it's a shock. It's like, really? I've lived most of my life in this cell that I didn't even know existed.
Exactly. Everything. Yeah.
And then you just have to kind of let it happen. And that's the surrender. You know, you stand back and shut up. And I know that's hard for both of us.
Like Joe says, surrender to love. I like that, Joe. Surrender to love. Yeah.
It's exactly. You surrender to the compassion. I mean, if we all work together, what couldn't we do?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Right. Nothing is impossible with the focus. Nothing is impossible.
we've only scratched the surface of our capabilities. And the only thing holding us back is our beliefs in a past that doesn't even exist.
Yes, limitations, exactly.
Exactly.
Ingrained layer by layer by layer in your soul.
Ingrained is a perfect word.
Yes, you have to go through those layers.
Yeah. And see, people need to understand that the mind is a physical pattern within the brain.
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah, thought has power. It's energy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's not actual. You know, if we were taught that green was blue, guess what it would be?
Blue.
You know, it's whatever it would, what we call it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and you know, I had a friend in India who proved, because I had a theory that 2 + 2 could equal 5 if that's what we were taught.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he proved it mathematically.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He proved it. You know, and so it could be, it's really just about labels. And I forgot to remember, it's just really, Rich, it's about being free.
Yes.
Psychologically free.
Yes, it is.
I mean, look what's going on in the world, in Afghanistan, in America, all this other stuff. It's all because we're trying to justify this pattern, where the pattern, rigidity, although it does exist as a result of
rigidness breaks. It's proven to us.
Exactly. Yeah. So you got to let it go. And I read somewhere like there's a bridge and the lake's on fire. No, there is no bridge. The lake's on fire. All right. And yet there's people on the other side asking you to cross, but you can't figure out how to cross it because you want to see the bridge.
Right.
They're there because there is no bridge. It's surrender. You know, it's about seeing and feeling exactly who you are. And then only then can this intelligence, the intelligence of conception that brought you into this place, start working through you, not from you.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're out of the way.
You can't own it.
No.
But isn't that what we try all the time?
Yeah, buying purchase.
Yeah, we try to own it. Like motivational speakers, and if you do this and you do that, and or preachers or whatever you want to call them, if you do these certain things, then you're going to be happy. Then you do them, and you're still where you were.
That's why they get paid.
Yeah. So you never really found yourself, and to find yourself is to stop asking questions.
Exactly. Listen and see.
Exactly. Just listen.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think of what is it that you feel, not in comparison to someone else who is supposedly successful or educated or whatever.
Right.
What do you feel?
Exactly. Unique perspective of the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. And only then can the truth express itself, as we often talk about, conduits of the truth.
Exactly. We're out of the way. It's just flowing. We own it, but we want to own it.
You're always about the flow.
You want to give the flow.
And you want it to flow through you. You don't want to control it.
Exactly.
And as soon as you try to control it, the flow is gone.
Yep, it flows in your belief systems. It's not pure anymore.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like a water flows around a rock in a river, but it keeps going.
Exactly.
But in belief, we become the rock. And the rock trying to stop the flow.
Well said, yeah. Exactly.
You know, and the rock eventually is going to be eroded away by the flow.
Back to the flow. Oh, yeah.
Of the water.
Yeah, I like that. Good analogy.
Yeah, it's all going to flow back to where it's source.
Yep.
And what we want is we want the source. We crave it. And we create all these different rocks that block the flow in hopes that we can obtain it. And that's not how it works.
Yeah, all the while you're away from the flow.
Exactly. You're being eroded.
You're worshiping the rock.
You're being eroded by the flow, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, that's how the Grand Canyon became in existence.
Yeah, everything does erodes, because the truth.
Sooner or later, and if you want to spend your entire life trying to block the flow, well, that's on you. You
break down like I did. You break down.
Well, both of us did.
Yeah.
one of us physically, the other one psychologically.
Yeah. So the truth won. Yeah.
Yeah, the truth always is going to
Yeah.
win, bro.
Yeah.
You know. So this song it's beautiful. We love it and we're proud of it. Not proud, but we're
Yeah.
happy.
And the only reason I wrote this chorus because my stroke took my memory and my thoughts and my passed away. So the truth actually erased me. So that gave me a flow to the song.
That's an amazing point.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever thought of that.
Yeah, I lost the sense of identity, all that was gone. So what was
Yeah.
left? Just nature was left. The
In a
flow.
way, I knew it. In a way, I knew it from our
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
And I think at times I tried to tell you that what you were is no more.
No.
But what you are is more than enough.
Exactly. Yeah, it is.
You know, and I had to. Yeah, go ahead.
Now I know that. Now I live that. Yeah.
Yeah, you lived it, and that's what we're saying. Wisdom is not something that can be taught; it's something that you have to live.
Experiential. Yeah. Can't
Experiential.
Yeah.
But most of us experience things through our past.
Through learned.
Yeah. Through the pattern.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And when you start learning in the present,
Mhm.
then that's all gone. And it's almost it is mind blowing.
Yes, it is.
You know? You know, and it's not there anymore, even though there's a residue of the mind.
Yeah, fragrance is there. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And you resort to that at times, but you you become into a place of clarity where it no longer attaches itself to you.
Yes, less sticking. Yeah, exactly. Less sticking.
Yeah. You see it almost right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I doing? Why am I? This is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, and we've gone through it. And we'll continue to go through it. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't go back.
It doesn't mean you've lost your mind. It just means you've lost your attachment to the mind.
Well said. Exactly. Well said.
You know, and it's you see what it is, and when you get to this point, and I don't like to say that because it represents time.
That's right. No.
You know, it's really automatic. Like, why am I getting upset about something so stupid? Why do I care about what somebody said? What, you know, if someone criticizes me, why would that bother me unless I was criticizing myself through their words?
Sure, exactly. Finding yourself. Yeah. Good way to say it. Yeah, good way to say it.
And that's it. And that's what this song is about. And I love the last lyric. I love it. The wave writing, the perfect wave, you know, and it's going without time.
No longer a slave to the sea. No longer a slave to the sea.
Exactly. No longer a slave to the sea, but you return to the sea.
Yeah, free to live again. Free to be free to live again.
And it seems so hard to understand, and I promise you it was for me, you know, because I wanted to cling to everything that I was taught, and I was afraid not to cling to it because would this make me crazy?
Yeah, the religion thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It was mostly, I would say, 99% religion, and trying to. This can't be true. Not everyone can be wrong and me right.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem. Be powerful. Yeah. I shouldn't be powerful. I shouldn't own my power. But my disease made me own my power. That's what you got to do. Psychology. Yeah.
It forced you.
It sure did. And your psychology got you there.
Exactly. Yeah. And it took me a decade, at least a decade, to finally say, all right, there's something here that I don't understand. Yeah. And then it hit me that one morning that we talked about that I don't know and I will never know.
You saw before the label and it fixed you out.
Yeah. And that's when all the writing started.
Yeah. You touched source.
Because it got to go through me.
Yeah, got source. Opened up.
I wasn't fighting it. Like, you have this insight and you're like, that can't be true. You know, in another insight, that can't be true because everyone else says this.
Sure.
And how am I going to fit in to
comparisons to, I understand. Yeah.
Comparison, which is time.
Yeah.
Because it takes time to compare yourself to someone else.
Sure does.
Yep.
But
at the same time, you're comparing yourself to the ideas of others.
Yeah, to yourself too.
Yeah, and to yourself because it becomes the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And we call it society.
Yeah.
And look where we are as a society.
The mind reflecting back on itself, lost in mirrors.
Right. Lost in mirrors. Exactly. And we've talked about that. Looking in a broken mirror, no longer seeing my reflection.
Yeah, exactly. Look outside yourself. Look at the world. It's a broken mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. Look outside yourself, but only through the inside. You know what I'm saying? Is like,
yeah. Through the eyes of the heart. Look through
there's no reflection.
Right, yeah. It's just one. But now I'm saying to the mind, through this dialogue, the song, look through the mind that's broken. Look through your heart, all one.
And there's nothing wrong with the mind being broken. You know, but I lost my mind. I'm crazy. No, you're not. You know, you just see something that that you're not willing to accept just yet.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it won't be accepted, because once it touches you, it's never going to let go.
Yeah.
I tried so hard because I owned a business, had a family, and was doing really well. And there were times where I just wished I never would have come across this.
You can't unsee.
You can't unsee it.
You can't devolve.
No, I love that. You can't devolve.
No.
You know, and what we talked about today was we're just a part of the evolution of what comes next within humanity.
Yeah.
You know, and we're trying to share that with people in a way that's understandable.
Yeah, tangible and practical.
Practical.
And musical, through music, it's a universal language of music.
Agreed.
Yeah.
People say math is a universal language, but no, it's not. To me, it's not. You know, if it was, then there'd be no reason for physics. You know, because physics is the bending of math.
That's right. Yeah, time. Yeah.
Yep. Just like we say bending time in a green field in one of our songs. I think it's this song.
Oh, no.
No, are you sure?
I am.
Which one is it then?
Probably Free to Be Me.
That I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bending time in a green field. And when I wrote that sentence.
So when we saw the other day, we're so prolific. We're sorry about that. We're confusing.
No, it's all good. It's my fault. You know.
I'm saying to our audience and the camera.
Yeah, and I don't know how many songs or videos we've done in the last 6 months, but there's a lot more to come.
There is. Yeah.
And we appreciate our subscribers. We appreciate the interaction.
Yes.
We've got a book coming out called The Myth of Death.
We're very excited about that. A lot of deep.
But you know, I had to take the week off because of.
Oh yeah, go to Rob.
Because of the teeth, and
good for you, Rob. Good for you.
I'm happy, man. And like I told you, it was easy. It was 5 hours in a chair.
Yeah. And
getting work done. But I thought of you the entire time, in that all the things you've gone through. Who am I to complain? You know. But
definitely unique past.
No, but the 5 hours of gas they messed me up for 3 days.
The party.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I like the gas.
Yes, I'm saying. Where's your outcome?
Oh, it does. It has an effect, you know.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But the song is called "I Forgot to Remember," which I think is the best title I think of any song I've ever heard. You know, which was yours.
Yeah, playing words. Yeah.
It's just the way it formatted and the way it came out, especially the ending, was monumental to me.
Good circle.
That's a lot. And again, it's I forgot to remember. So please forget to remember all the bad things that happened to you yesterday, so you can be happy today.
That's a simple message.
That's it. And don't think about tomorrow.
Don't forget to subscribe.
You gotta plan for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know? Just like Rich and I do in what we're accomplishing, and you plan for it, but you don't have expectations about it. You're not worried about what's going to happen.
Yeah, you meet at 12 o'clock, you meet then.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Time is to keep appointments.
Exactly. Structure.
It's structure, but that structure becomes a possession. And within that possession, a separate self is born. And that separate self suffers as time, as expectation.
Yes, but it's more valuable when you're more aware.
Exactly. Like you expected to be in a certain place in your life at this time, but so did I.
Well, of course, yes, of course. Yeah. We always do. It's always wrong.
And then we suffered along the way. But now, like our earlier conversation about what we were doing with copyrights and all that, hey, it'll take care of itself.
Yep, there's a lot more coming for copywriting, distribution, book sales. We know we trust life. We're in the right flow.
That's perfectly stated. We trust our conception.
Yes.
And I don't, how else do you be more clear? Because you were conceived prior to your conception, and yet here you are.
Yeah.
You know, that's the intelligence that people seek. What they seek with noise instead of the silence.
Yeah.
That allows the silence to become creation within through you.
The driver, the main force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So right now we have the past driving us, when what we're saying is you can have
The now.
everything,
Yeah.
everything driving you, not just a small part of thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. That's what our new book, which is going to be done as soon as I type it out. I mean, it's already typed out, it's printed out, but it's
that's not the same.
it's not the same. You know that more than I do. I know.
Yeah, it takes extra steps still. Aware
But
of.
it's done. So
Yeah,
it's just,
we'll get in there. No rush.
no rush. No, well, you can't rush it. It'll be there when it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
When it's ready, it will manifest.
I believe we're human beings and working in this world. We see things, we talk to people enough. You know, there's still that interaction reality, but we're saying before that is a piece. That's all we're saying.
Exactly. And if enough people see the simultaneous interaction, despite our biological diversity,
Yeah.
then it all becomes simple.
One dialogue of love. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I think that's all I have to say, except I want to look at my teeth some more.
My teeth, Rob. My teeth. I like teeth.
I'm going to eat some corn. You cool?
I'm good, man. Nice talk. Thanks, friends. Good to see you, Joe.
And thank you, Joe.
We suffer in this realm. We suffer in the realm of this world. Joe says exactly. When you're only in the world, when love doesn't suffer, the world suffers. It's well said, Joe.
That's perfectly stated.
That's so, Joe.
Joe wrote that, or did you?
I think it's Joe. I can't tell. Is it still you, Joe? I can't put the names. I think it's still Joe, my friend Joe Lusser.
Well, that's perfectly stated.
He's an awesome artist too. Joe is an awesome artist.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing, because you know how we're born to create, because we're of creation.
He creates all the time like that. He's very aware in a way. Good.
Wait. It's been so long since I could smile, bro.
I love it. I'm happy for you. I love it.
All right, man. You know I'm always happy for you. I love you, and well, just keep creating.
Always, man. Next song.
I've got it written. I just got to
a new melody.
Send it.
A new track, and we're ready to go.
All right, brother.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you.
Ring the bell and subscribe. Okay, we love you guys. We're Overlap.
It helps us spread the message.
And www.compassioncurrency.org is still up, and very soon we'reoverlap.com will be up very soon. A new website, new ideas, new videos, distribution, much more songs, everything. We're so excited to be with you. Stay strong. Be the love.
Be strong. Be rich.
Be Rob.
No, be Richard. I don't want to say be rich because people get the wrong idea.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Good job, man.